What's up, movie lovers? Welcome back to your channel name. Today we're diving into a medieval comedy that's equal parts raunchy, ridiculous, and totally rewatchable. The Little Hours. Picture this: 14th century nuns, a hunky runaway servant, and a script that's basically Mean Girls meets Monty Python with a side of Boccaccio's Decameron. Oh, and did I mention the cast? Alison Brie, Aubrey Plaza, Dave Franco, and John C. Reilly? Yes, please. So, grab your holy water, hide your turnips, and let's break down why this movie is a chaotic gem in the most fun way possible. Let's go! Segment 1. What's The Little Hours all about? Okay, let's set the scene. It's 1347, rural Tuscany, and we're at a convent where the nuns are not your typical Sister Act crew. These nuns, played by Alison Brie, Aubrey Plaza, and Kate Micucci, are frustrated, repressed, and, let's be real, a little unhinged. They're stuck in a life they didn't choose, dealing with boring chores, spying on each other, and yelling at the poor gardener like he's the medieval equivalent of a TikTok troll. Enter Masetto, played by Dave Franco, a dreamy servant who's on the run after, getting cozy with his lord's wife, played by a hilariously deadpan Lauren Weedman. His lord, Nick Offerman, is not happy and wants to torture him with, a Catherine wheel or thumbscrews. Yikes. Masetto ends up hiding at the convent, posing as a deaf-mute gardener, thanks to the tipsy Father Tommaso, played by John C. Reilly. Spoiler, pretending to be deaf-mute does not stop these nuns from noticing Masetto's, charms. What follows is a wild mix of forbidden hookups, witchy shenanigans, and some very un-nun-like behavior. Think less prayers and piety, more profanity and partying. It's like the Decameron got a modern makeover with F-bombs and feminist vibes. Segment 2. Why it's so freaking fun. So, why does The Little Hours slap so hard? Let's break it down in true medieval chaos fashion. 1. The cast is a comedy goldmine. This movie is stacked with comedy heavyweights. Aubrey Plaza as Sister Fernanda is the queen of mean, throwing shade like she's auditioning for a medieval Real Housewives. Alison Brie's sister Alessandra is all prim and proper, until she's not. Kate Micucci's sister Ginevra is like the anxious sidekick who steals the show, especially in one scene where she goes full Madeline Kahn-level chaos. Trust me, it's iconic. John C. Reilly as Father Tommaso is just chef's kiss, bumbling through confessions while sipping medieval wine. And Dave Franco? He's just trying to survive these thirsty nuns while looking like a Renaissance heartthrob. 2. Improvised dialogue. That's chef's kiss chaotic. Here's the wild part: there was no full script. Jeff Baena gave the cast a 20-page outline and let them improvise. They had rules: no saying like or you guys to keep it period-ish, but curse words? Oh, they were encouraged. The result is dialogue that feels like your group chat after too much mead. Like, at one point, the nuns scream, "You fucking pervert," at a gardener. It's so wrong, it's right. 3. It's a sneaky feminist take. Under all the raunchy jokes, there's a point. These nuns are trapped in a system they didn't choose. In the 14th century, women were often sent to convents for economic reasons or because they weren't married off. So, their rebellion, whether it's sneaking wine, dabbling in witchcraft, or chasing Masetto, feels like a big middle finger to the patriarchy. It's like The Handmaid's Tale, but with more laughs and fewer bonnets. 4. The absurdity is peak comedy. This movie doesn't take itself seriously, and that's the magic. There's a turtle wandering by a doorway that's somehow funnier than it should be. There's a scene with a coven of witches that's straight up bonkers. And don't get me started on the turnip scene. Yes, a turnip. It's like Baena said, let's make this as weird as possible, and it works. Segment 3. Standout moments to watch for all right. Let's talk moments that'll have you cackling. Without spoiling everything, here are 3 scenes to watch for the opening rant. The movie starts with the nuns tearing into a gardener with language that'd make a sailor blush. It sets the tone perfectly. Think Clueless, but with wimples. Masetto's confession, Dave Franco confessing his adventures to John C. Reilly, is comedy gold. Reilly's face is doing half the work, and it's like watching a medieval sitcom, the witchy chaos. I won't say much, but when things go full, hocus pocus in the 3rd act, you'll be screaming laughing. Oh, and keep an eye out for Fred Armisen and Nick Offerman's cameos. They're like medieval Easter eggs, so should you watch The Little Hours? If you love quirky comedies, stellar casts, or just want to see nuns say things that'd get them excommunicated, This is a must-watch. It's not perfect. Some say it loses steam toward the end, and the humor's not for everyone, especially if you're super religious. But with a tight 90-minute runtime and a vibe that's like Bridesmaids in a convent, it's worth a shot. Stream it on Fandango at home, Amazon, or check your local art house theater. Before we wrap, here's some juicy trivia. The movie was shot in Tuscany, so those gorgeous landscapes? Totally real. Aubrey Plaza produced the film and helped cast it, making sure it was packed with funny women. Jeff Baena and Aubrey Plaza are partners IRL, which probably explains the "let's make this as wild as possible" energy. The cast read books on medieval nuns to prep, but then threw in modern slang to keep it fresh. And yes, that turtle was not in the script. It just wandered into the shot, and Baena kept it because why not? And that's our breakdown of The Little Hours. If you've seen it, drop your favorite scene in the comments. Mine's gotta be that turtle cameo. New to the channel? Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for more movie breakdowns, reviews, and chaotic deep dives. Want more medieval comedy vibes? Check out our video on insert related video, e.g., top 5 quirky comedies linked below. Thanks for watching, stay weird, and I'll see you next time.